Welcome everybody to the GV Forex Basics call with Jimmy, Webber, himself, and myself. So guys, I'm really fired up. Jimmy's really going to bring the heat tonight. He's going to do a Q&A for you guys as well on top of a little training that he has. But guys, we're going to give it another minute or two. Let the lines pack out. We have people jumping on all across the world. Jimmy, I hope you're ready. I see you got your protein shake, whatever it is. But my man, I'm excited. So guys, we'll give it another 2 minutes and we'll get this thing started. Tag your teams. Tag your teams.
Hey.
Grab a notepad and pen, guys.
Yo, you better say my name right. Please say the junior.
The JR. All right. Welcome you all to the GV Basics Forex call with myself and, like I said, Mr. Jimmy Webber Jr. And we're excited, guys, because, you know, this is really the foundational call. This is going to be the information that helped myself and Jimmy really progress within this industry. And I can tell you first and foremost right now that, you know, Forex has dramatically changed my life, guys. And what you have to understand is not overcomplicating it, not reinventing the wheel. You know, there's a fundamental basis that you need to understand to become successful within Forex. You know, the advanced stuff, being able to mark up charts and being able to trade on your own, that's great. You're going to get there. Everybody on this call is going to get to that point where they can go to Costa Rica, go to Bora Bora, go to Argentina, and, you know, open their laptop on the beach, open up their iPhone 7 and look at it and, you know, drop a trend line, mark a couple charts up, you know, draw some supply and demand zones, you know, trade news, whatever it may be, and, you know, trade it a couple lot sizes and make a couple $1,000, close their laptop, turn their phone off, go back with their family and enjoy the rest of the week. And that's the vision we have. But you guys have to understand the basics are what are going to get you to that next level. You know, if you're starting at a zero, you know, you want to become a hero. Then you want to become a superhero. So, guys, you need to definitely grab a notepad and a pen because Jimmy himself is going to be dropping some major keys, and I want you guys to be able to take a lot away from this phone call. So with that being said, you know, I just want to kind of go into, you know, why Forex is so powerful before I pass it off to Jimmy, and he's going to absolutely kill it and do a Q&A. But the reason why I think Forex is so crazy is because of the world we live in, the economy we live in right now, how bad things are. If you really look at the world, the economy, the kind of opportunities that are out there right now. You look at, 56% of kids graduating are unemployed or underemployed. You look at 80% of people die broke, in debt, or bankrupt. The average age of retirement is 72. The average age of death is 78. I started to really look at things differently. The $40,000 a year is the average income of, I think, like a 35-year-old with a college degree. And I started looking at the way the world's changing, the social technological era we live in. Jimmy as himself will go into this, but in our phones, trading on a platform like MetaTrader 4, if you want to play football, you need a football field. If you want to play basketball, you need a basketball court. If you want to trade, you need MetaTrader 4. So with a smartphone, it's insane to see that we can make money from our phones. This didn't exist 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, because foreign exchange has always existed. Foreign exchange is something that, if you wrap your mind around how big it is, a multi-trillion-dollar a day industry, if you really see what it can do as far as the lucrativity, any amount of money you want to make within this industry all comes down to a lot size. It comes down to zeros. And that's the craziest part to realize. Somebody making $1 million on a trade, somebody making $1 on a trade could be the exact same amount of gift, but it's just different amounts of money. That's the crazy thing to realize. So tonight, I would definitely get fired up, take a notepad and pen, understand where this economy is, and understand what Forex is, why Forex is something different. Extra $500 a month. Yo, Jimmy, can you hear me?
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry. Yep.
You're good, bro. But guys, definitely tonight understand that Forex is something that you can come into with minimal capital. We might go over some brokers, we'll go over different things, we'll help you guys get involved, find the right thing, find the right platform to start really elevating yourself to, because I know that Kaizen launches in 3 days, and we're super excited, and I cannot wait for that. But we want to give you some value, before you embark on your journey, before you really start trading in the markets, things that we wish we would have been told day one. The business. And Jimmy, I know there's a lot of new people on this call right now, so let's keep it really basic. I know a lot of people just want to know, just earlier today, somebody, Roy's assistant that's been hanging out with us for the past 2 weeks, she said, her name's Susie. She said, dude, I didn't even know what a stop loss was. I didn't even know you could protect yourself in the markets. And that's a good point. Like, some people think that you'll go in debt if you trade Forex. People ask me that all the time. So a lot of people don't know the basis and the basics, and that's where you really see a lot of success. That being said, guys, I'm going to pass it off to Jimmy. Jimmy's been involved with GV, with Forex now for months, and it's funny because when I first met him, he was so enthralled and excited and enthusiastic about Forex. I remember we would have these leadership meetings, and Jimmy would be the one just sitting there trading the whole entire time because he wanted to master it so bad. You know what? That's why Jimmy is on this call now. He's an advanced trader because he took the time out. He studied it. He learned the fundamentals. He learned the basics, guys. So I'm blessed to be able to take Jimmy's time out of the call. He's absolutely killing it. Over the next 9 years, top 6-figure earner in GV, and we'll literally be killing it within the markets once we launch alongside these products, alongside Reza, alongside Kaizen, guys. So that being said, I'm going to pass it off to Jimmy. Jimmy, we do have a Q&A available after you want to do a little opening, and we can have people in the YouTube section and in the comment section of the GV page go ahead and ask some questions.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
Yo, appreciate you jumping on the call, Jimmy.
Yo, my pleasure. Yeah, guys, what's up? My name's Jimmy Webb Jr. Please say the Junior. Been trading for, let me back up. I was introduced to really how to trade Forex. I knew it existed because I've been fortunate enough to travel the world a little bit in my youth. But so I knew, like, I had exchanged money before, but I didn't know how to trade it, just like many of you maybe on this call right now. And so really my goal, my intention here today is really to keep it at because one of my mentors told me that if you can teach a third grader how to do whatever you're doing, you'll be massively successful. So that's my intention, is to keep it just super simple. Because I'll tell you this, can I be honest with you guys? When I first came in, David, some of you guys know David Morris and Anas. They were the ones who brought me in and introduced this to me. Shout out to them. But David,
tell the story.
yeah, David, David pulled up on me. We met at a Starbucks, and David pulls up on me on one of these hoverboard things, and I'm like, whoa! And he shakes my hand on this hoverboard. I was like, okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, young kids and all that, but I didn't let them or their appearance or anything or their age really dictate anything that made me make my decision about this project that we got going on. I really let the information do the talking, and the bottom line is, like we just went over in the opportunity call, is look, Forex is the biggest financial market in the entire world. Like, it dwarfs stocks. It's not even close, right? $5 trillion a day versus 20 billion, you know? So this is big boy games here, okay? But do not be intimidated, because it's really not that hard. Once you get into it, it's really not that hard. You can, if you graduated, you know, sixth grade math, you know how to draw a triangle and stuff like that, man. Like, it's really not that difficult. But yeah, that's kind of been my boy's texting me right now, giving me a signal. Like, what? So anyway,
Jimmy.
That's what we do, though, man. We develop other traders. That's the whole point. So
that's the thing that we really want to empower other people to do, is be able to go out there on their own and be able to trade on themselves. And that's why Kaizen is such a beautiful opportunity, because it's not just an opportunity where you're getting, you know, a signal service, you're just getting an auto trader, or you're just getting a synergy scanner, or you're getting like all these different things. You're also getting educational courses, and that's the beautiful part. So yeah, Jimmy, I'm excited for this call as well. But yo, Jimmy, after you open up, we can do like a Q&A session in the YouTube comment section, or if people want to comment on here, people can go ahead and start asking questions for you after you kind of go through some things.
Yeah, what's the best way, just so that everybody's on the same page? Should we do? How about the post that you made on the GV that you tagged me in? I know I got a notification for it. Why don't we just do it in there?
Yeah, the one that I posted 20 minutes ago. If you guys want to go on there.
Yeah, just ask questions in there.
Cool.
So let me find it too.
The guys in GV page, I said 13 minutes till GV Forex Basics. Below, you guys can just start asking questions that Jimmy can go through as well. So yeah, Jimmy, you can just go through the screen, bring up the screen share, let them see the charts.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, hang on, let me find this post. Okay, cool.
PPLR though.
Yeah, I mean, so. I do something called PPLR, which is like super basics. But like I was telling you before earlier today, Austin, it's a little more interactive. So what we'll do right now is very similar, but really something that's everybody can just like follow along. Because I really get into like how to do it on your phone in there. So. But yeah, I mean,
everybody could interact with you as you do. You know, people can go through it and actually see it, because everyone has it downloaded on their phones.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be a little slow. So here's what we'll do. Here, Austin, can you do this? Can you keep an eye on the comments?
Yep.
I'll take everybody over to the whiteboard, and
yeah. Well, first,
like that.
Just go into detail about why is Forex so much different than stocks.
Yeah, I mean, basically, so stocks is, it's you're dealing with companies, right? And Forex, you're talking about the exchange of currencies. So when and we can get into this. So like, basically, some of y'all may not know. So your bank, like the savings account that you have right now, what your bank does is it takes those funds and it goes and trades those funds in the market, in the Forex market. Some of it, I mean, it disperses it, right? It diversifies the portfolio, right? You always hear that. But some of it, they trade in Forex, okay? So would you rather get, whatever, I don't even know what mine is because it's so pitiful, like 0.01%, I think, interest. But so the banks, that's one of the players in this Forex game is major banks, like big time banks. And then you've also got, your governments and big time companies. Like, so when Apple goes over to Japan to purchase, computer parts for their computers and stuff like that, they have to exchange US dollars for Japanese yen to make that purchase. And sometimes that's in large quantities, right? And so it's all these different things where you have to exchange currency to make that transaction possible. So it's a lot bigger than, like, there's a lot that goes into that 5 trillion, right? So guys, like, us coming in, like, shout out to Austin. Yo, Austin made, what was it? 3,717.72 cents. Did I get that right? I think I did. Got that this afternoon, but that's nothing compared to the 5 trillion that happened today.
That's
right?
just it's a piece of sand in the beach. And that's a crazy point I want you guys to understand. Let me just reiterate that. Like, guys,
please.
You have to understand that, trading stocks is so different than Forex because you're trading different volatilities. There's so much more volume to trading. What that means is you can make money way faster. You can lose money way faster, but there are obviously ways to read the market. And also when the news happens, that's a really impactful part. You can make so much money at once. That's why earlier I made over $3,500 in 20 minutes. That's what I used to have to work months for. And that's mind-blowing to understand that when you start to, really understand the basics, that's what really helps. So with stocks, guys, it is only publicly traded companies, companies in America, Starbucks, Nike, Amazon. These are companies all that are based in America. You can only trade these companies, between the times of 9 to 5. And it's also American traded companies. Foreign exchange is globally traded. You can do this anywhere in the world. And that's the powerful part, because when you're tapping into a multi-trillion-dollar day industry that from your phone, you can turn, minimal capital investment and over time, compound your wealth, build your wealth. That's what all of the wealthiest people in the world do. Go look at Warren Buffett. Go look at Bill Gates. Go look at Mark Cuban, how these guys accumulated wealth and how they built, and compounded wealth. That's what you can do in Forex. And that's the powerful part. But yeah, Jimmy, if you want to just go to the comment section. He said, okay, so he said, what lot size was I using when I made over 2K? I was using 2.0.
2 standards. So we can go over that real quick, because that's like the biggest thing that people don't understand. Like, I got that question last night. I was playing soccer with my boys. We're getting ready for nationals, which is up in Milwaukee next weekend. So if anyone's in Milwaukee, hit me up, or Chicago. I know Chicago's kind of close. But yeah, my boy was like, yo, so what is a standard lot? Like, how does somebody make $19,000 on the auto trader? I was like, I'm glad you asked. So yeah, let's go over that. So here, let's get y'all up on the whiteboard. All right. So basically, all right, there are 3 categories of lot sizes. Okay. So I'll put them up on the board and then we'll go through them. All right. Yeah, Austin, just keep me posted because I can't see the questions. So just do me a favor and keep me posted.
Yeah, no worries. So guys, as he's writing on the board, lot sizes. Lot sizes is what you're basically trading off of when you're trading currency pairs. So there's different lot sizes you can trade at that are going to affect how much money you're making. And Jimmy will go into that. So
yeah. So most people understand how stocks work a little bit. So, stocks, you buy shares of a company, right? And so like what is Apple at right now? I think Apple's at somewhere around $100 a share right now. So you have to buy one share of Apple, you have to put up $100. Okay. Forex, it's not like that. Okay. This is how it works in Forex. Okay. You're going to put however much money you want to put in your broker account. Okay. And then from there, when you decide to take a trade in the market, you start at zero. You start at zero. And then based upon what lot size you choose, for every point that the market moves, or it's called a pip, okay? We can go over that as well. But for every point that the market moves, depending on what lot size you use, it's gonna move a different amount, okay? So if you put, let's go through that right now. So say you got a micro, can you all see that okay? Is that good? All right, so on a micro, okay, on a micro lot, when you go to plug it in on your phone or on your computer or whatever, on MetaTrader 4, a micro lot is when you put 0.01, okay? So if you put a 0.01 in there, when the market goes down and when it goes up, you're either losing or you're gaining 10 cents for every point that it moves. So if it moves 4 points, then you're up 40 cents right now, okay? Now, if you had a mini lot on there, which would be a 0.10, okay? Now you're talking about $1 for every point that it moves, okay? So those same 4 pips, now you just made $4 instead of 40 cents, okay? And then the last one is the standard lots. So standard, you got $10 for every 1 point, okay? That's a lot. So instead of the $4, now you just made $40 instead of $4 or 40 cents, okay? On 4 points. 4 points is not a lot, okay? It's really not. The market, like Austin was saying, is pretty volatile. So there's plenty of opportunity to win, okay? And so, look, the other thing is we're not just dealing with the number 1 here, okay? Like this can be 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, all the way up to 0.09. And then the next one would be what? 0.10, 0.10, right? And it just moves on just like that, right? So like a 0.03 would be, as you might imagine, 30 cents for every 1 point that the market moves. I'll say that again. So if you have a 0.03 on a trade, you're now earning, instead of 10 cents, you're earning 30 cents, okay? And then so if you made those same 4 pips, what's 4 times what is it, 30? So what is that, $1.20?
Yeah, just to go and do really quick what a pip is, guys. A pip is,
yeah, please.
you want to become familiar with pip because the pip hand is strong with this one. Guys, the foundation of this business, like I said, the foundation of this industry, I mean, is understanding these basics. So what is a pip? A pip is actually the place and price. So, yo, Jimmy, do you want to draw like a quick price real quick?
Yeah.
A 1.2638 or something.
Here, I got it. 1.12345.
Yeah, so when you so if you guys want to open up your MetaTrader 4 apps, and if you don't have that app downloaded, I would highly recommend you download it right now. It's called MetaTrader 4, META Trader 4. You guys can download it on the App Store and create a demo account for free and start trading paper trade money. And you guys can see that when you start trading, you're going to be using these lot sizes, and you'll see these prices fluctuating on your screen. But yeah, my bad, Jimmy. You can keep going. What is a pip?
You don't want to tell them what a pip is? I can do it.
So a pip is the unit and measure to express the change in value between the prices. So between the two currencies, there's a price value point. And every single, okay, so you see it says 0.1234. The fourth decimal place is going to be your actual pip. You can go into micro and mini since you already have it up on the chart though if you want to. That's why I was going to let you take it over.
So now I always say it's the second to last decimal, which seems to be better because like this would be a good example for a price on pretty much all the pairs except for any pair that has the Japanese yen in it, because the Japanese yen looks a little different. Instead of 5 decimals, it's only got 3. So some people get confused by that. So I was like, well, it's always the second to last decimal. Okay, that's like 99% of the time. There are things like crude oil that isn't the case, but like pretty much every single time. And by the time you get to the point where you're trading oil, you'll know how to do this. Okay, so the second to last is right there, the 4 in this case, right? So what about the 5? What is that? So the 5 is what we call a pipette or a sub pip. Okay, so I think of it like this. So say we're all gonna go run a mile tomorrow, right? Because we're all healthy. This isn't just about making money. This is about overall health, overall getting better as a person, become the best version of yourself. So we're all gonna run a mile tomorrow, and we're gonna time ourselves, right? Now, when you time yourself, do you care about the milliseconds when you run a mile, or do you just care about the minutes and the seconds? I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, it's cool to see what millisecond you got in, but it doesn't really matter. You're just worried about the seconds, right? Similar, or not even similar. It's the exact same thing here. Like, yeah, the milliseconds matter. Like in this case, the pipette matters because it's going to tell you when your pip number is going to move up or down. Okay, so that's really the only thing that I use a pipette for is to see when my pip number is going to move.
Yo, can you go into like when can you trade? I know somebody just asked me that. When can you trade?
When?
Yeah, like when. So
you can trade whenever you want. So the market is open. That's the beautiful thing about Forex is, yo, if you can't sleep one night and you're up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, shoot, London is popping. So I'll go into that because y'all have no idea what I just said. So 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 it's Central Time, which is where I'm at. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now. So Sunday at 4 p.m. all the way through Friday at 3 p.m. the market is open 24 hours a day.
Central Standard Time.
Yeah, Central Time. 5 days a week, right? Sunday through Friday. And so the reason that is so the first session is the Tokyo session, right? So when the Tokyo Stock Exchange opens, boom, the foreign exchange is open for that session. And then what happens is, well, Sydney overlaps it, and then you get into the London session, which is the most volatile session of them all. Okay?
And these are different. These are different currencies that are these are the time frames of when their economy is running. For example, America is 9 to 5, right? So during these sessions is when their currencies are most volatile when trading them.
Right. So yeah, so like the London session, all that means is that's when the London Stock Exchange is open, and the New York session, everybody knows the New York Stock Exchange, right? That's when we are open in the U.S. So, and then during each session has different pairs that are going to be moving more within that frame. So, like in the Tokyo session, obviously the Japanese yen is going to be moving more than, you know, say something something in Europe, right? Because nobody is awake in Europe yet. And then, but I will tell you this: the U.S. dollar is the most it has the most volume going through it. So you can trade the U.S. dollar and anything else pretty much.
Stay away from commodities if you're new and if you're going live. We always recommend stay on demo. Stay on a demo account for at least your first 60 days. That's what I say. Some people say your first 2 weeks, your first 30 days, your first year. You know, I always recommend, you know, don't go live until you feel comfortable, until you at least know what you're doing, you know, until you can know how to actually put in your own trades and, you know, not go out there and, you know, just throw your money away by just like pressing some buttons. But yeah, dude, can you also go into the mindset? Somebody just asked me as well. Mindset,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. And I think this is a perfect transition. Like, I wouldn't even say put a time limit on it, Austin. I would say, like, what I tell my guys is, look, when you can prove to me, and well, not even to me, more importantly to yourself, that you can catch, you know, 50 pips a day consistently, that's when you know you can go live, okay? That's when you know, like, you got a good grasp of what's going on, okay? So that's a good goal, is to catch 50 pips a day. I think I learned that from Reza from the Periscope days, man, back in the day. So, but yeah, the mindset of it is, look, like when I trade, okay, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what not to do, okay? If you come into the market and you're all like, I need money right now, you will be slaughtered, okay? There's no way that, well, I mean, obviously anything is possible, but like there's no way that you're going to come in to the market with that kind of attitude and be successful. Like, you've got to come into the market with good vibrations, with good feelings, feeling good about what's going on. Have some positivity flowing through you, and you will attract a lot better setups, and you will catch more pips that way.
Yeah, and just to touch on top of that, when I first came into the market last summer, I put $300 in the market, and guess what? I had that attitude that Jimmy said not to have, and I made like over $7,000 my first week within the markets, having that mindset, and then lost it all in one night. I lost it all in one night because I had that mindset, guys. So let that be a lesson learned. You know, you can make money fast, but you can lose money fast in this industry. So don't be a dummy. Don't let the market makers play you. And that's what you really want to start to learn as well. We can go into that a little bit later about some other stuff. But guys, we'll stick to the basics. You know, the mindset is to honestly trade 20% of the time and study 80%. I know that's what some people say, the 80-20 rule. They'll study most of the time, then trade. You want to become a more advanced trader if you're trading yourself. But, you know, plugging into this company, there's some people on this call. I know there's a lot of people on this call, Jimmy. Some people got to understand that, you know, they're just here to plug into the auto trader. They're just here to like take signals, you know. You guys, that's cool. But for those of you who want to learn, which I feel most of you really do, you know, that's where you have to develop that mindset that you're going to study more than you're actually trading. You're going to actually use the products. You're going to jump on the calls. You're going to be on the live sessions with Reza Mokhtarian, who's made millions in the market, that's teaching you step by step how to do what he's done to get what he has. And also, guys, the mindset of not being greedy, like Jimmy talked about. Don't be too greedy when you come in. Don't be greedy at all. You know, understand this is more about, if you've ever heard, you know, if you give a man $1 million, right? Or if you give a man a penny doubled every day over 30 days, which one makes more sense? Most people jump at, you know, I'd rather take the $1 million. But actually, the penny doubled over 30 days equals $5.3 million. So, guys, you got to really understand how Forex works. It's about building that compound. So don't be greedy. You know, a lot of people like myself, when I came in, I started making money. I got greedy. You're like, oh, I'm just going to go make more money. I'm just going to find something in the market that's not even there. I would just keep attacking the market because I was making money and being too greedy. Profits are profits. Jimmy can go on that as well. You know, profits are profits. Don't get greedy. You know, making money, making phone is money you didn't have before that you just made off of your cell phone. 99% of the world does not make money from their cell phone. So understand a profit is a profit. Also, don't revenge trade. I did that when I first got involved. I would lose money. And I would start doing dumb things like, oh, if I see I'm losing on a sell, I'm just going to start buying. Or if I'm going to do this on a revenge trade and just jump back in the market and make my money back because I lost money. Don't do that, guys. Like Jimmy talked about, walk away from your computer, close your laptop. You don't want to have to, have the emotion set in when you want to be a logical, knowledgeable trader. Don't be an emotional trader. That's the one biggest thing. Don't let the emotions of your money get into your head. That's what a lot of people do as beginners. I wish I would not have done that. I wish somebody would have told me that when I first got involved. So, guys, don't revenge trade. Don't be greedy. And then, 80-20. 80% of the time you want to study, 20% of the time you want to actually trade. And then, Jimmy, you can take it away.
Yeah, this isn't something where you're looking at the charts all day long. That's not what this is about at all. We want to have a life. We want to enjoy our time with the people we love and care about. Like for me, I love to play soccer, so I'm gonna go play soccer and not worry about the markets. Even if I have trades in there, I've got things set up to where I've done I've marked up my charts beforehand, and the market's going to do what it's going to do.
People. Someone just asked, my bad to interrupt, bro. Someone just asked me about the 80-20. What can they study, guys? I would honestly recommend write this down. Baby Pips. Baby Pips is free. I would recommend the Forex training by Reza because we're still in pre-launch, so we're waiting for all of these products to drop. We're waiting for all the power courses, waiting for the university, we're waiting for the live set. We're waiting for everything to come out and drop, and I know it's going to be fire. But for now, I will go to YouTube, type in Reza Mokhtarian, actually Ocean Sky Forex 101 training. That's the biggest one. Ocean Sky Forex 101 training on YouTube. Baby Pips. And then, you want to have stuff for the news. So Forex Factory is good. That's what I know Jimmy and myself use, Forex Factory to, see what news is coming out for high impact, low impact, medium impact news. Guys, you need to always be trading with the news because you don't want to be trading at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're doing your own thing and 3 a.m. comes around. You didn't know, something was happening in another economy and, a currency just goes the other way on you, but you had all your charts marked up, but you need to know the economy. So, guys, this is really simple. It all is folded out. It shows you what's coming out, interest rates, high impact news, FOMC, NFP. Everything is on that site to show you what's coming out. And honestly, this was like a matrix to me when I first got involved. It was so confusing, but once I plugged in and understood how simple it was, it all just clicked and made sense. Guys, I didn't graduate high school. I'm not very smart. I know we're not the smartest kids, but we understood if you just apply yourself to it and you learn from a mentor, you learn from, someone who has what you want, you have these products, you have this knowledge at your access and your attainability, that's how you're going to make a lot of money in the Forex markets. But bro, if you want to go into what brokers and, the difference of leverages and stuff like that and spreads, kind of want to break that down and how stuff works. You can use it on the whiteboard as well.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm checking on a trade. With brokers, okay. Look, you can use whatever broker you want. Personally, I use Trader's Way. I know a few of us do, and so. When you go to create an account, and I would encourage everyone who's coming on board with Kaizen to make 2 live accounts, okay? There's a process to it, okay? You got to get verified. You'll have to send in a picture of your ID and proof of address and stuff to begin trading. But you'll want to have 2. And the reason you'll want to have 2 is because, 1, you'll want to have set up with the auto trader. Okay, and then 2, you'll want to at least have the live one ready. It doesn't have to be funded yet, but you want to have it at least ready to go when you decide to go live. Okay, so I would get that out of the way. This weekend, tonight. For those of you who are coming on board.
go find a broker at your disposal. I'll recommend some. I'm not putting my name on any of these. These are just some of the ones that myself and my friends have traded on. But I've heard of Forex, FX Glory, Forex Brokers Inc.
Yeah.
DM. I use Trader's Way. The reason why I use Trader's Way is because it has such a high leverage, 1 to 1,000. But I'd recommend the newest person on this call using 1 to 200 leverage. So, Jimmy, if you want to break down leverage and how it works with your margin, if you want to draw that up, or if you just want to explain it or whatever, explain how leverage is super key with your margin when you're trading, and not over leveraging your account using, and then we can go into risk management.
Yeah, perfect. So, the first, I think it's important to understand the history of it. So basically, the reason why Global Visionariez is blowing up is because this is a relatively new thing, this whole trading on your phone thing, okay? And it's only been made available because of the internet and the demand that's come up in the marketplace for they call them retail traders, for people like you and me to trade in the markets as well. And so what used to be the case is you had, in order to come in to the markets, you had to have a minimum of $100,000 to come in and play in the markets, okay? And but now, okay, I started with $100. $100 is what I started with. My story is I doubled that the first week I went live, and then I doubled that again the second week, and it's just been compounding ever since, right? And so, but with leverage, okay, how that works is, so my $100, okay, Austin talked about Trader's Way offers 1 to 1,000 leverage. So what that means is so my $100, so it's a 1 to 1,000 ratio, right? So if it's 1 to 1,000, what is 100 going to be? Well, if 1 to 1,000, if 1 equals 1,000, then 100 would equal 100,000. That makes sense? So now what you're able to do is you're able to play with bigger lot sizes and things like that, okay? But this is by far the most important thing. If you don't get anything out of this call tonight, get this, please, okay? Look, risk management is where it's at, okay? It's cool to see, the guys who over leverage their account and get lucky and make a few $1,000s overnight and get rich quick. And that's, seems to be that obviously that's going to spread all over Facebook fast, right? That's cool when that happens, right? But how many people have you seen do that? Not that many. So, and you don't see the people who leverage their account the same way and just completely lost everything, because they don't post that on Facebook, right? So if you want to stick around for the long term, look, if you want to come in and play a lottery ticket, fine. I mean, it's your prerogative. But look, how you're going to stick around and get to the point where, one of our previous mentors made $2.4 million on one trade. One of my other mentors made $47,000 in a day last week. I mean, that's real. But that guy's been trading for 10 years, So if you want to get to that point, you have to be able to stay in. So let's talk about risk management. How do you do it? Because, and I'll equip you guys with this, because, for those of you who are new and those who are coming on board, look, people love to hate, right? So people will come at you with the oh, I heard that's so risky. That's like gambling. Don't do that. My parents still don't really like me doing Forex. It's kind of funny. But, but what they don't understand is the concept of risk management. And like we briefly touched on before, there's something called a stop loss, which is, okay, say you think the market is going to go up. So what you're going to do is place a stop loss underneath where the market is, so that in the event that it does go down, you're protecting yourself from the market going further. So say you took the stop loss away, what's going to happen? It's going to go down and down and down and down and down, and you'll lose everything, right? What a stop loss does is when the market comes down, boom, it hits it, and it takes you out of the trade. You cut your losses right there, okay? So how you do that and how you calculate that is with something called risk. So let's go to the whiteboard for this, all right? So are y'all getting value so far? Drop us some likes, drop us some comments if y'all are getting value. So risk. So what Reza talks about is risking 2% of your account on any given trade. All right, so 2%. Now, I've seen other reputable traders talk about as much as 5%. Okay. So what does that mean? Say you have, $1,000 in your broker account. Okay, so you got $1,000. What's 2% of 1,000? That'd be $20, right? So $20. So here's the deal. Here's what you do. When you get into a trade, okay, before you get into it, you're basically making an agreement with that chart, okay, with the market. You're making an agreement up front before you even take the trade. You're saying, all right, if this trade goes sour on me, I'm cool with losing 2%. So I'm cool if I have $1,000. I'm cool losing $20. I'm cool with that. Okay? And if you do lose it, heaven forbid, guess what happens? You still have $980 to play with. Is that enough money to play with still? I think so. So, theoretically, what happens is you could lose 50 trades in a row before you blew your account. Okay? Now, with Kaizen, with Reza, with guys like, Austin and myself, it's very rare that we'll lose, 3 in a row. Okay? So, but look, if you want to stick around for the long term, risk management is what you got to do. Okay? And there are different calculators online that can help you calculate the right lot size. Because here's the deal. What happens in Kaizen is, we basically give you, you'll get alerts. We've got the Synergy Trader, okay? We basically, on some things that we put out, we'll tell you when to get in. We'll tell you where your stop loss is, okay? All you got to get good at is identifying what is the appropriate lot size I should be using for this trade, okay? And there are calculators that can help you do that, okay? Some people say, use 1 micro for every $100, okay? Honestly, I think those people are lazy. because sometimes that might not be 2%. Okay, so just I use a calculator on every single trade that I ever do to make sure that I'm using the proper percentage of my account. Okay. But yeah, that's a little bit on risk management. I want to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I just want everyone to know as well that, I mean, this is a professional industry. I mean, people make a lot of money in this, but, our whole goal here isn't, like he said, to hype you up and show you that, you're going to make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. You're going to make hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. It's definitely possible and attainable. I know I'm going to make millions of dollars in Forex. I know Jimmy knows. He already knows he's making $1 million of Forex. So, guys, that's up to you. But, if you really just understand the basics, making an extra $500 a month in Forex, like, Jimmy, that's so easy. Like, that's so attainable if you just discipline your mind to learn the basics. It's not hard. Honestly, the average person literally, watches 3 hours a day. The average person spends 2 full college courses in their car. You're driving. You can fill your mind full of this stuff and learn this stuff and pick it up in a 6 to 12 month period and make yourself an extra source of income. And that's what the average millionaire has, 7 sources of income. So start to really understand the power of this, that it's a profession. So treat it like a profession. Mike Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, their craft and their craft. So you are going to have to find that discipline, that consistency into learning and growing your mind. So, guys, I just want to kind of go into a couple things before we close this call out, and I let Jimmy close it. But, also never trade during like consolidation. That's one thing that I used to do. Usually trade, during the time frames of different trading sessions. Like, we love to trade the London session. You'll hear that a lot, the London session. That's like a viral thing within our community. We always trade London. We always trade New York. There's other trading sessions we trade as well, but those are 2 very volatile trading sessions. Also, it's great to determine, long-term trends when you're starting to learn actually how to trade. That's where a lot of the money is.
Friend is your friend.
Yeah, a lot of people that they scalp and trade, the 15-minute charts, the 30-minute charts, quick trading, making quick money. But, where we have seen a lot of the success and money is from, long-term trading and being able to use lower lot sizes to not over-leverage your account and put yourself in a bad position and minimize your losses, guys. So always use a stop loss. Always put your stop losses and take profit. So let's say you're up, 25, 30, 40 pips on a trade. Move your stop loss up to, cut it off around where you entered the actual trade and cut it at that price. So, you end up profiting. You don't take that loss in the trade. That's another smart thing. Always use stop loss. Always use take profit, stop losses, stop profits. And honestly, just really be involved in the training. That's one of my biggest tips that I can give you, is just be involved in the training. If you want to become a better trader, you're going to get a ton of value out of the advanced training calls. But when Reza launches August 1st, I don't even think we're going to be able to, do any of these. There won't be any training calls anymore, because how much value he's going to put on a day-to-day basis. And no one's going to want to jump on these training calls with us. They're going to want to be able to learn from this multi-millionaire. We've been waiting for it. We've learned from him in the past. We had a company called Mentor Tips. This company did over $4 million in revenue in 8 months. It was a subscription-based platform where he was teaching people Forex. He was giving education. He was calling signals. And it was so freaking valuable that there was at one time thousands and thousands and thousands of customers on this platform before he decided to merge it into Kaizen and create this company. We create this legacy, guys. So I want you to really see the value of what we have. We're a part of something before it even launches. And I've never seen something where we can, utilize Forex and a networking attached to it. Because what do we do when we get excited and make money? We go tell people. Forex is like a drug in itself, being able to make money from your phone wherever you are in the world. And being able to go out there and tell other people about it is so freaking crazy, you guys. Because you're making money from that. You're making money with your friends to trade Forex and share it around the world and change people's lives. How crazy of a concept is that? So understand where you are. Understand that the knowledge is going to really come from applying yourself day in and day out to, when Reza launches the company, when August 1st comes and we have all the products and you can dive into them and go through them and really just become your own self-sufficient, educated trader and make money on your own. You won't have to hit Jimmy up and say, yo, Jimmy, give me a signal, because you can give your own signals. Don't ask for signals. Have the mindset that you want to be able to give your own signals. But like I said, there's some people on the call who are like, I'm just here for the auto trader. The average person out there working doing their thing, has a family and just wants to just put their money to an investment. Like Jimmy started off the call with, your bank trades your money. That's the craziest part. Your bank is using your savings money to trade in the Forex market. So this is something where, you're getting an actual return on your money by attaching it to an auto trader. That is the most mind-blowing thing, making money without doing anything, making money from a product without going out there and promoting it, without going out there and selling or recruiting. That's why people in Kaizen will be so successful when they start making profits off of the product, and they can then go out there and share it, build a community, build a team, build a legacy, travel across the world, inspire people, help people. And that's what I love about this, because Jimmy, how many traders do you know that are like really wealthy, but they just like kind of live in their house, they just sometimes trade, and for us, we don't want to be staring at screens all day. Like you said, we want to be able to go out there, we want to be able to live our life and impact other people. We have one life to live, right? Like, it's not about Jimmy and I don't care how many pips we take to the freaking grave. Like, we don't care how much money. Like, obviously we want to become very wealthy, very independent financially. We want to be able to take care of our family, do things, and we've been able to do that. But in a whole scheme of things, we want to be able to impact lives. And that's why a whole community like this around Forex is absolutely freaking life-changing. This has never happened before. So, guys, we're about to create history. Jimmy, if you want to end the call with anything, that would be awesome. And I appreciate you taking your time out to jump on. I know you're like, you can't back to like waiting to trade the charts and get back to studying. So, bro, I know we've been running for 56 minutes now, bro. So if you want to end the call, that'd be awesome. Yeah, sure.
I'll end it with two things. Or let me make it three, because they're all pretty quick. As far as mindset, and they're all about mindset. So whoever asked the question about mindset, I wish I knew your name so I could address you personally, but it's all about mindset. So number one is think of this game, this skill, as like learning a new language. Okay? So like, for the guys in here, we all know like Swedish women are really hot, right? So say there's a Swedish girl at the end of the bar. She only speaks Swedish. The only way you're going to talk to her is if you learn Swedish. So what are you going to do when you go to learn Swedish? You're going to go learn the vocabulary. You're going to learn the sentence structure. You're going to learn all that stuff. Same thing here. You got to learn the vocabulary. You got to learn how the markets move, what patterns form, and how those relate, right? Now, when you're looking at the charts, okay, this is point number two. Let me share my screen real quick, and then I'll come right back. Okay? So how many of you guys knew that, y'all know Central Park in New York, right? How many of y'all knew, I'm about to blow some minds, I feel like. How many of y'all knew that Central Park looked like, one second, looked like that from above? Okay, so I imagine most people didn't know that it was a perfect rectangle, right? So what I call that is getting altitude on the situation. So what you do when we come into the charts, what you want to do is start on the daily time frame. So start from that altitude position, like getting the biggest possible picture of what's going on before you go in and dive in on the lower time frames. So that's how I do it. I start out on the bigger stuff, and then I can zoom in to get a better entry should it present itself, right? So that's a key nugget. And then the last thing that I will leave you with is, look, and Austin, I think I can do this. I can speak for both of us. Look, like we would love for any one of you guys on this call to become better traders than us, to become better human beings than us. And so this book right here, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Ooh. Let me read you something real quick, okay?
Bro, I love that book, bro.
Yo! It says, it is well to respect the leader. Learn from him, observe him, study him, but do not worship him. Believe you can surpass. Believe you can go beyond. Those who harbor the second best attitude are invariably the second best doers. So do not put me or Austin on a pedestal, because when you put someone on a pedestal, where does that put you? Underneath, right? So I challenge you. I challenge every single one of you guys to become a better trader than us, because what that's going to do is just create this culture of everybody's like trying to out trade everybody. And what happens then? We all get better, and we all just dominate, and I mean crush, and I mean destroy the markets, right? Which is beneficial for everybody. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. Hope you got some value from tonight, and let's catch these pips, huh?
Let's do it. Let's get it, guys. Appreciate you all jumping on. Jimmy just definitely crushed the call, guys. So right after this call, I'm going to drop the recordings from tonight for this call and the call before. But, guys, definitely show Jimmy some love in the comment section when I post it, because he just absolutely killed the call. So thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for coming on, guys. Have a blessed night. We'll see you tomorrow on the next call. Let's get it. London.
See you guys.